Like, whatever you let out is what, in response, what you'll get. So if you don't have friends like that, maybe you gotta evaluate yourself too. But I'm sure you guys are good friends because you've been a good YouTube friends to me. So I'm sure you guys are good friends.
Make sure to subscribe.
Hey guys, so it's your girl Toy. So I'm out here enjoying this beautiful weather. As you guys can see too, I straightened my hair. It's already flopping. But I was looking at this YouTuber's video. Her name is called Lavishly Brat, and she was giving some little hicks about how to keep your hair straight once you straightened it. I think her hair has lasted now for like 28 days or something. And I'm like, I'm all ears for it because I literally just straightened this a couple of days ago and already it's like, flat. But at least the good thing about all of this is that I was able to get my ends clipped, which was necessary. And like, even still, I feel like I didn't clip them good enough. But they were looking rough. So before we get in this video, I want to say thank you. Thank you for clicking on my video, taking the time out of your busy schedule. I appreciate every single one of you. So I want to chit chat you guys today about 5 signs to let you know that your friends, they not your friends. So I've had some jacked up friends. You guys know about it. I did a story time about like one bad friend experience, but there's so many others. So I think I am more than qualified to tell you guys, like, who's your friend out here. So the first sign that maybe someone is not a true friend would be if they're not interested in anything that has to do with you. A person who is only focused on themselves. I'll say, for an example, if you have a friend and the conversation is lovely when you're talking about them, but then when you start to go into details of yourself, they become uninterested, then they're probably not your friend. So that's the first sign that is like danger. Because I've had some friends that are so focused on themselves. Like, a friendship is supposed to be like a two-way thing. So like, if someone is your friend, then they're supposed to care about what you're going through just as much. So number 2 is if a person is trying to change you. If you have a friend and they don't appreciate the person you are, or they can't be content with who you are they really friends with you? Because like, it makes you wonder, why did you become my friend if you want to change me? And like, see, I struggle with this a lot. I had a friend, quick story time. I had a friend and she drank heavily and she partied heavily, and she was kind of scandalous with the men too. And I'm that's not who I am. Like, I'm a very homebody person. At the time when I was friends with her, I was married. And you know, I just never been like a party type. And I feel like she would always tell me, you know, you gotta live, you know. Like, she even gave my phone number out to a guy she knew who wanted my phone number. And I'm like, I'm married. And so like, I had to tell her, you better get my number back, because I didn't ask you to do that. And she's like, but you gotta live life. You're too young to be like tied down. And like, dude, I don't need you to change me. Like, if you want to live your life a certain type of way, okay, but I don't need you to change the person I am or to change my lifestyle. So that was a red flag. And yeah, we didn't stay friends. Okay, number 3 would be if your friend, and you have to excuse me, you guys, because like I'm literally making these along as I go, because I had them written and I can't find my book, and so I'm like, look, I gotta move on, I gotta make my video, I gotta post my content. Okay, so number 3 is if your friend does not want the best for you. So if someone is a true friend, they want to see you succeed in life. That means physically, mentally, spiritually. So if you have a friend that is always getting you in trouble, or peer pressuring you to do things that they know will not benefit you in the long term, then they're not your friend. I'll give you an example. If you have a friend that smokes, or if you have a friend that cheats, they know the outcome to their actions. If they're trying to get you to do the same thing, then they're not your friend. Or if you have a friend that is teaching you or rubbing off on you bad qualities, then they're not your friend. Out of all the friends I've had, they never succeeded on changing me. But I feel like most friends I've had, like I specifically am thinking of someone. She knows who she is. She knows who she is. And she's tried and done things before in life that I haven't. But no matter how close we were, no matter like how much time we spent with each other, she never peer pressured me into doing those things. And, you know, I'm glad, because if she would have had, that wouldn't have been being a true friend. We make a lot of mistakes in life, but we should never want our friends to suffer or to go through things that were not good for us. Someone who adds stress to your life. So like, this is a tricky one, because I'm not saying that you shouldn't be there for your friends. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that life is stressful enough as it is. And what's the point of enemies if you have friends that draw stress to your life as well? If you have that friend, and everyone has had that friend that either it's just a lot of drama, can't take her nowhere, or she always fighting, or she always crying, or she always in some fight with her man and she want to put you in it. Everyone has had those type of friends, and I feel like if a person is always drama, if that's what the conversation is always about, something going wrong in their life, or them complaining, or them whining, or them crying, like, dude, you're my friend, you're not my child, like, go ahead with all that. So like my life is stressful enough. I don't need to hear about your problems all the time. And why do you have problems all the time? Maybe you should evaluate your life. Like a good example is when I was going through some health issues a while back, when I was pregnant, and I had 2 really special people in my life. I had you saw my best friend tag, so I had my Nishi Poo, and then I also had my sister Candy. You guys saw her too in my video if you watch Jayla's award ceremony. I had those 2 girls in my life, and I don't know what I would have done without them, you know. Nishi was helping me out with Jayla because Jayla was much younger and I couldn't keep her in the hospital with me, so I had to trust someone to watch her and like for her to stay over their house, because I honestly could not dedicate time during this moment to Jayla. And so, Jayla would spend the night over Nishi's house, and like that's a big deal for me. It's a big deal for me because I don't trust many people with my children. And so on the other hand, I had Candy, who was like constantly like coming up to the hospital. Every time I thought I was having the baby, she would come to the hospital, and like she did things like, I don't know if she even remembers, but like she massaged my feet. Who does that? Like, I got cute feet, but who does that? So like I said, I was really going through a tough time in life, and they were there for me. That is something a friend should be.